Hello everyone, Julia here, hello from Sweden and welcome to a new video. And in today's video I want to show you my book journal, a finished book journal from 2024. I didn't show a flip through of this journal yet. I finished it in the end of the last year, even a bit earlier. Still in November. I have all my December books in my December daily journal because it just didn't fit here and I didn't want to start a new journal just for 1 month. And also I will show you my new book journal for this year, which is a bit different than last 2 years, 2 or even 3 years. I decided to make it even more simple. I still want to continue to track my books in a journal, but also not to spend too much time on it because sometimes it can be overwhelming to have too many journals. Yeah, so first I want to show you a flip through of the finished journal, and I've been using this beautiful Moomin limited edition cover as my book journal last year, and I will take out this journal and will archive it and will use this cover then for something else. But I really liked it. I think it was very fitting for a book journal. So this was my book journal last year from January to November. I thought that it will be enough only for half a year, like previous year. In 2023 I finished 2 inserts like this as my book journals, and I will leave a flip through of those as well in the description. But yeah, this year or last year it was enough for like almost the whole year except for December. But I decided not to start a new journal in December just for 1 month. Yeah, so in the beginning of every month I had this list of books that I maybe will read this month, like kind of more like an inspiration, and I read most of them usually. Not all, sometimes I read like maybe half of this list and something else. Sometimes almost everything from the list, sometimes hardly anything, but it was good to have like a little list and inspiration for like what I can read, because sometimes it can be overwhelming to choose something new. I have so many books that I want to read that sometimes I just don't know what to start. And also every month I make this kind of like a cover page, title page for a month, like some kind of book themed collage. I really liked to do it, and I think that's the thing that I'm going to miss in my new journal, because I don't do it in my new journal, but I kind of start to miss it already. And then basically what I did every month, I just printed a cover of the book that I read, wrote the short information about the book, like a title, author, dates, my rating and how many pages. And sometimes also wrote something short about the book, like if I liked it or not. Sometimes it was a quote from the book, sometimes nothing at all, sometimes it was just this short information. Always depended on like how much space I have, and also if I really like the book, if I want to journal more about it or not. It basically was what I did every month. And I tried to pick some stickers kind of related to the book, but not always. Sometimes it just was something random or just some book themed stickers, but sometimes also something related to the book. So this is February already. So far this year my reading is going not great. I read some books already, but not as many as last year or the year before. This year I kind of decided to slow down a bit, and sometimes I just didn't have time for reading or was not in the mood, but For me it's often like that in the beginning of the year or in summer, but usually in autumn and December, and also in spring, then later in spring I read more. So let's see. And this is March, and this was the time when I started to read Moomin books again. I read the first one on 10th of March and then continued, and this was the time when my interest to Moomins was sparked again. I've read these books already as a teenager and also sometime later as an adult, like in my 20s, I think, but I've only read them in Russian until last year, and I think I didn't read all the stories. I read most of them, but not everything. So I decided that I want to reread everything in English and also get the books. I also collected all the books, and now I'm reading the comic strips still. There are a few collections of comics as well, and yeah, so I think that was about this time when my Moomin addiction obsession has started. The books sparked my interest to Moomins, and I think also it was around that time when I got this beautiful Moomin cover, sometime in April or like maybe end of March. I'm not sure when exactly, but in spring last year definitely. So this is April, more Moomin books. And I have a whole playlist about my book journal on my YouTube channel, so I will leave a link to the playlist, and there are a few videos with my journaling process, like how I was making some of these pages, so I won't go too much into detail about that. May was quite a Moomin month, as you can see. I read this 4, 5, 6, 7, I think I finished it in May actually. Yeah, I finished like the whole Moomin series, at least all the main books from Moomin series in May. And it was shortly before my trip to Finland, so it was a great timing for that. June somehow was not my most successful reading months. I have like June and July here, this collage for 2 months together, and like I was reading something in June, but I didn't finish a single book in June as far as I remember, because I was traveling a lot. There were so many concerts and festivals that I hardly was at home and hardly had time for anything at all. So I started to read some books, but I don't think that I finished anything in June. So I have June and July together. Also got this beautiful Moomin book, like kind of like a Moomin encyclopedia, I think, in the world of Moomin Valley. And this is August already, and here I started to read this Moomin comic strips, collections of comics. This was the first one that I read in the end of August, and second one, and I'm still reading them. Like I don't want to rush through them, and like I pick them up when I need something like kind of funny and light and entertaining. And yeah, I think I still have 4 left. There are 10 of them that were published as far as I know, and I think I still have 4 left. And this is September, and I just clipped here this cute dragon postcard and decided to keep it here. Another Moomin comic. Also September was not my most successful reading month. I was rereading the Stormlight Archive, my favorite fantasy series. Before the 5th book came out in December, I decided that I want to reread everything, and these books are massive. They are all more than 1,000 pages, so it takes some time to read this. and I also didn't want to rush through them. I just wanted to enjoy that beautiful world. Yeah, and as you can see, in autumn I started to read more again, like in October and November. It's definitely more again. Also not as much as I would like to, because in November and October I wasn't feeling well. I was really sick for a long time and I had really high anxiety and had panic attacks very often, so yeah, unfortunately sometimes I just wasn't able to read. But yeah, this is the last book of November, and December didn't fit here. I have it in my December daily journal, but yeah, this was my book journal of 2024 and I really like how it turned out. And now I can archive it, and I'm going to use this woman cover this year as well, but for something else. And as for my new book journal, this is like a book and media journal for me this year. And this year it's super simple. I decided to keep it like as simple as possible. So I have these brick notebooks. These are from our studio, I think. Yeah, these are from our studio. And they are called brick notes. And the cover is still like not completely finished. I just added a few stickers here, but I think I still will be adding something else to the cover later in the year. Also same here, I just also added some stickers, but I definitely will be adding more stuff, and also to the back cover as well. Here I have this cute pocket with a bookmark. So basically the notebook looks like this. You have this sections on every page, like 4 sections on every page, 8 on the spread. And what I am doing this year is basically something like this. And it's not completely up to date. I still have to print a few more book covers that I finished, like one here is missing. And yeah, so basically I'm just adding the book covers and my rating, and that's it. And also some stickers to decorate the pages. But yeah, so now it looks like this, and yeah, as I said, a few are still missing. I didn't print all the book covers yet. So I even didn't write like the author and title and dates or anything. I track my books also on Goodreads. So on Goodreads I can see the dates when I read these books, and also rating and stuff like that. So I don't do it here. I also decided not to journal about the books that I read this year, like in my book journal. If I want to journal about some book because I liked it so much that I just want to write something down, or like write some quotes from the book, I will do it in my daily journal rather. But this journal is basically like a kind of like a paper version of Goodreads, analog version of Goodreads. I still wanted to have a journal with all my books, like something physical, something that I can touch, but also not over complicated, and basically just to keep it very simple. And I thought that this notebook is really great because it's very visual. And yeah, like of course you can see from the covers like what book is it and the author and everything. So I just write here my rating, and I still want to add some stickers here and there. So none of these spreads are finished yet. I still want to add here a few things, and also maybe some tiny stickers to decorate the pages. But yeah, this is basically my book journal this year. Super simple, just a collection of book covers basically. And I also have another one of these brick notes notebooks, and this one is for movies and series. Also the cover is not finished yet, and I think I still will be adding something here. And here I have all the movies and series that I already watched this year. And yeah, so it's basically the same. I just add a poster of the movie and my rating and some tiny decorations here and there. Also, same, I didn't write the date when I watched it or anything like that. I don't think that it's really important. And yeah, I just basically want to have the visual collection of the movies and series that I watched this year. Also, same, it's not finished yet, not completely up to date. Sometimes I just print a poster and edit and then later come back to it and still decorate a bit around it and add my ratings. And yeah, so these two are the latest ones that I watched. I also still have to add here 2 more movies that I watched in February. Yeah, so also still not up to date, but I'm working on it slowly. Yeah, so this is my book and media journal this year. Very simple, but I think in the end of the year it will be very fun to flip through it and see everything in one place, everything that I read and watched, and basically just like a visual representation without any journaling or anything, but kind of very visual, very colorful. And yeah, I also thought that maybe I will somehow mark the movies and books that I like most of all. Like, we'll add some special sticker to each cover and poster to those movies that I liked the most, that I can see right away, okay, that this was something that I liked very much compared to the others. Yeah, I will see. So it's still work in progress, but so far I like it. I like it that it's so simple and fast, and basically all that I have to do is just print a cover of the book or movie poster and stick it, and I print it on the photo paper, the same one that I use for printing photos for my travel journal. So these are stickers, and yeah, then I can add some small decorations here and there, and that's it. So this is my book and media journal for this year. I like to change things and try some new things from time to time, and this year I felt like I want my book journal to be very simple and don't spend too much time on it. At some point I'm sure I will be back to this kind of book journal again, like when I want to write more and spend more time on it again, but this year I thought that I will keep it really simple. I think that's it for this video. I hope it was interesting for you. As always, thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next videos. Bye!